Welcome back. All right, so I'm going to review these four games. It's as close as I can get to reviewing it when there isn't a lot of hockey going on. I'm missing part of the Boston-Pittsburgh game. Hopefully it's fun, what I miss. All right, that being said, we're going to start things off talking about the Dallas Stars and the Seattle Kraken. Dallas wins the division. It guarantees Winnipeg and Colorado will meet in the first round, so we know one matchup. And so it's Grubauer versus Ottinger, Dallas wearing the Raves. And as I've mentioned lately, when they wear those black and bright green jerseys, they've had a decent record lately. Not a great record to start the season, but here we are. So I missed the start because of ESPN. ESPN scheduling is awful. It's you miss the starts of games. Now, if you're in the States, we have that ESPN News you can watch it on. Not here, not for me. Nope, no chance. So the shots are one apiece at 2.5 minutes, two apiece at 4 minutes. So I went to the radio. Borgen has a shot that's held with Eberle on the doorstep, and about 8.5 minutes in, it's on my television. So the Stars press are kept to the outside. The Kraken press with 8 minutes left. The shots were 5-2 for Seattle with 6 minutes left. Just before the buzzer at 19:58, Craig Smith tips one from the side of the net. And Robertson and Heiskanen with the assists. It's 1-0 Dallas after one. And that was only their fourth shot of the period. So Seattle did a good job of keeping Dallas off the board for almost the entire period, but yeah, Dallas gets the goal. Second period, Kraken press at 1.5 minutes. We get a power play for Seattle. That's killed off. Ottinger holds after. In fact, the shots are 5-0 for Seattle at 6 minutes. Ben's then denied on a rush. The Kraken glove a puck in the crease. Was it a goal? Well, I wanted it to be called a goal, but they said nope. So they made it a penalty shot instead because you can't cover the puck with your glove in the crease. Steele gets that penalty shot, and he's denied there. Seattle presses with 9.5 minutes left. The fans call one. The referee does not. The shots are 8-6 for Seattle with 7 minutes left. Dumoulin to McCann. There's a near miss there. Heiskanen is denied on a rush. 1:38 left. The Stars get a power play with 1:16 left. Brandon Tanev on a shorthanded net drive. A little bit overzealous. It's goalie interference on him, so it becomes a 5-on-3. You can't give him that much of a 5-on-3. Robertson scores during that from Ben and Heiskanen at 19:24. Roof set from the slot. Although apparently it is Dallas's first 5-on-3 goal all season. So it's 2-0 Dallas after two. Third period, the Kraken finish killing the 5-on-4. Hintz then has a rush that's defended. There's a near miss for Robertson. Puck's cleared after that. There was a post for Bjorkstrand. The Kraken press at 8 minutes. We get a power play for Seattle. That's killed off. And then at 12:23, Heiskanen buries a wraparound. Pavelski and Harley with the assists. It's 3-0. Shots were 6-5 for Dallas with 6.5 minutes left. At 14:11, Yamamoto tips one in close. Tatar with the assist there gets Seattle on the board. With 3:04 left, Dallas gets a power play. That's killed off, but that means that they had 2 minutes off the clock there. There's an empty net miss by Faksa. Kraken call a timeout before the following faceoff, but in the end, Dallas wins this one 3-1. They go to 51-21-9 with the win. The Kraken 33-33-13. They like their threes. Shots on net 8-4 Seattle in the first, 19-8 Dallas in the second, 11-7 Seattle in the third. Final shots 30-27 Dallas. Power plays Seattle 0-3, Dallas 1-3. The hits 25-16 for Seattle. Grubauer saves 27 out of 30. Ottinger saved 26 out of 27. And again, Dallas clinches the division. So what did that do for Winnipeg and Colorado? Well, Winnipeg today, man. Hellbuck versus Georgiev. The dislike was ramping up early. Both teams were defending pretty well. I do see the irony in putting that near the top of the board. But in my defense, there wasn't a lot going on offensively early in the game. Morrissey fires one wide as the Jets press. There's a near miss for McKinnon as the Avs get some pressure. McKinnon, of course, no points for him today. Connor has a wraparound that saves. Things get pushed down a hole by Georgiev. The Jets press at 5.5 minutes. And at 5:59, Monahan buries one from the side of the net to make it 1-0. Ehlers and Pionk with the assists. Jets press for another. They end up drawing a power play, and they score on it. Velarde tips one in. Connor and Morrissey with the assists at 8:02. It's 2-0 Winnipeg. Lekkonen's denied as the Avs look to respond. Lowry has a shot that's held. There's some pushing. There's a near miss for Scheifele on a breakaway. Jets press with 5 minutes left. They end up going back to the power play. They score on this one as well. It's Morrissey from Monahan at 15:07. That was the face-off to start the power play, and so it takes like 3 seconds, and it's in. Then at 15:17, so 10 seconds later, Lowry adds one from Gustafsson and DeMello. So DeMello with more points. It's a 4-0 Winnipeg, and that ends the night for Georgiev. Is there a goalie controversy? We'll see, but Annunen takes the net. Perfect first period for the Jets, 4-0. We go to the second. Teams exchange rushes. The shots are 3-1 Colorado, 3.5 minutes in. Colton has a rush chance that's held. It is Colorado. They've come back from 4 goals down before this season. The Avs press at 5.5 minutes. We get a power play for the Jets. That's killed off. But then at 10:18, on a 2-on-1 rush, Toffoli buries one. Connor with the assist. It's 5-0. We get a power play for the Avalanche. That's killed off. And then Monahan buries one on a rush. Morrissey and Ehlers with the assists at 15:11. And then just for good measure, Lowry gets the second of the game. Gustafsson with the assist at 16:33. It's 7-0 after 2. Third period, Morrissey has a shot that's blocked as the Jets press. While I was just looking at all these empty seats in Denver, man, those were probably expensive tickets, but I understand walking out when the score is 6-0. I get it. Or 7-0. Sorry. Shots are 1 apiece at 3 minutes. Walker has a shot that's held as the Avs press. They're just trying to break the goose egg at this point. Toffoli has a one-timer that's kicked aside. Trennan has a net drive that's saved. 4 minutes left. The shots were 12-4 for Colorado, and the Avs pressed in the final minute, but they don't break it, so Tony the Tiger's up there. It's a 7-0 win. Winnipeg 50-24-6 with the win. Colorado 49-25-6 with the loss against the team they're going to face in round 1. And of course the sweep the leg magnet down here, meaning no mercy game in favor of Winnipeg. Shots on net, 15-5 Winnipeg in the first, 12-8 Colorado in the second, 13-4 Colorado in the third. They outshoot the Jets 30-27. Power plays, Winnipeg 2 for 3, Colorado 0 for 1. The hits, 26-13 for Colorado. Hellebuck saves all 30 shots for the shutout. Georgiev saves 11 out of 15, and Annunen saves 9 out of 14. All right, next up, Buffalo and Florida. You know, I got to say, Buffalo's making it sporting at the end of the season. They're doing their best. We'll see whether or not it carries over to next year. I'll act surprised when it doesn't. All right, Luukkonen versus Bobrovsky in this one. There's an early press by Florida. Bennett has a wrister that's held. The shots are 3-0 for the Panthers at 3 minutes. And on their first shot, which was at 2:59, so just before that 3-minute mark, Jost scores from Dahlin and Jokiharju. So it's 1-0 Buffalo. At 5:02, though, Lundell with a backhand from the slot ties it. Tkachuk and Cousins with the assists. Tkachuk to Bennett then near miss. We get a power play for Buffalo. That leads to a shorthanded marker for the Florida Panthers. Stenlund buries one on a net drive at 8 minutes and 11 seconds. However, during that same power play, Buffalo would score. It's Jack Quinn from Byram and Power at 9:48. The shots were 9-8 for Florida with 4.5 minutes left, with 2:51 left. The Panthers get a power play. There was a shorthanded rush by Alex Tuck to finish that out. It's 2-2 after 1. Second period, Panthers press at 1.5. Florida had the only shot on net 3 minutes in. Rodriguez has a chance that's held. Panthers press at 4.5 minutes. There's a net feed to Rodriguez, near miss there. The shots are up to 7-3 for the Panthers with 7.5 minutes left. Or 8.5 minutes left, I should say, because the Sabres pressed with 7.5 minutes left. Skinner's denied on a net drive. Tuck couldn't bury one on a fast break that he had. 3:06 left. The Sabres get a power play. That's killed off. And Thompson has a blast. That's held. It stays 2-2 after 2. Third period. Shots are 2-0 Panthers at 2 minutes. 5.5 minutes in, we still don't have a shot from the Buffalo Sabres. Tarasenko's denied on a rush. Forsling has a one-timer. That saved. Panthers press. Luukkonen holds. Luukkonen earns his paycheck today. 5 minutes for Clifton. Cousins exits on the play. And on the review, they go, yep, that's 5 minutes. You're out of here. So Connor Clifton's day was done. Reinhardt has a backhand that's held. Tarasenko has a shot that's blocked. Buffalo kills the entire 5-minute power play for Florida. The shots were 13-2 for Florida with 8 minutes left. It was the Luukkonen show. With 35 seconds left, the Panthers go back to the power play, so that'd roll over into overtime with the score still 2-2. Panthers control. They set up. It's cleared. Montour can't bury one. That power play's killed off. Dahlin fires one wide. His next chance is saved. And then at 3:57, Reinhardt wires one from the slot to end it. Barkov with the assist. Florida goes to 51-24-6 with the 3-2 overtime victory. And as of right now, they are 1 point ahead of Boston atop the division. On the Buffalo side, they're 38-37-6 with the overtime loss, but I thought they were impressive. At the very least, Luukkonen was. Shots on net, 13-8 Florida in the first, 14-11 Buffalo in the second, 16-6 Florida in the third, and 2-1 Florida in the overtime, including the shot that matters. Final shots, 42-29 for the Panthers. Power plays, Buffalo 1 for 2, Florida 0 for 3. The hits, 25-18 Florida. Luukkonen saves 39 out of 42. Bobrovsky saved 27 out of 49. And yeah, if you're a Florida fan, you got to feel pretty good, although not scoring on that 5-minute power play might be concerning. But anyways, last game on this board, and this is it for the reviews until late tonight. So New Jersey and Philadelphia, the game where not a lot happened. And it felt like Philadelphia wanted it to be a game where not a lot happened. Low event hockey is the thing. It's a phrase that's getting thrown around a lot late in the season. So, Kraken versus Ersson in this one. Hischier nearly buries one. Puck's cleared out. The shots are only one apiece, 4 minutes in. The Flyers press at 5 minutes. The Devils get some pressure at 8.5 minutes. We have a power play for Philly. Does it suck? Well, it becomes a minute and 13 seconds of 5-on-3. It gets killed off, and there's booing because the power play sucks. Shots are 6-4 for the Flyers with 5.5 minutes left. Meyer can't bury one in close. Things get pushy at the horn. It's 0-0 after 1. Second period. Lone shot on net is for New Jersey 4 minutes in. So again, not a lot to write about here. Flyers press at 5.5 minutes. The shots are 2 apiece at 8 minutes. The Devils press are kept to the outside. We then get a power play for New Jersey, and Philadelphia scores on it. I think their penalty killers should be on their power play, and their power play guys shouldn't be doing special teams. But the weird thing is, it's Konechny shorthanded. I'm pretty sure he's on the power play. Lawton and Sealer with the assists at 10:50. It was a nice diving play by Sealer to help get that going. It's 1-0 Philly. Flyers then finish the kill. Forrester's denied on a turnover. The Devils press with 3.5 minutes left. Meyer has a wraparound that's saved. It's 1-0 Philly after 2. Third period. Devils press at 2 minutes. Howla has a shot that's blocked. The Flyers are really doing a good job in this game preventing really good opportunities at the net for New Jersey. Sanheim's denied and close. The Flyers press are kept to the outside. Power play for Philadelphia. Does it suck? Well, there's a shorthanded rush by Marino. Tippett fires one wide on a rush, and yeah, it's killed off. It isn't any good. Devils press with 5.5 minutes left. Sanheim has a rush that's defended. The Devils press with 2.5 minutes left. The goalie pull takes place, but the Flyers hold on. 1-0 win for Philly. They go to 38, 32, and 11. They had to win to make sure they stayed alive in the playoff hunt. They cannot be eliminated tonight because they won tonight. For New Jersey, 38, 38, and 5 with the loss. Shots on net, 11-6 Philly in the first, 6-5 Philly in the second, 9-4 New Jersey in the third. Final shots, 21-20 for Philly. Power plays, 0 for 1 for New Jersey, 0 for 3 for Philly. Hits, 30-23 for the Flyers. Kakinen saves 20 out of 21. Ersson saved all 20 shots for the shutout. Good for him. There you go. You're caught up on the early games. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.